When I was rewatching ToQger a couple months back, one episode in particular stood out to me. And if you don't mind, I'd like to briefly talk about it with y'all. This is my look at ToQger episode 10, Tokachi Dies at Sunset. Tokachi's trying to build up his endurance to become a stronger fighter, so instead of taking the rainbow line to the next station, he decides to jog. On his way, he finds a little boy named Hiroki, one of the first young kids who can't see the rainbow line. The rainbow line is powered by wondrous imagination, so it's mostly kids who can see it, but Hiroki doesn't seem to have that ability. When the monster of the week attacks, named Type Shadow, he uses his ability to type out a sentence to sentence Tokachi to a death at sunset. The other ToQgers give chase to the monster, while Tokachi talks to Hiroki about his imagination problem. Hiroki claims he stopped imagining because it didn't let him win a baseball game, letting his failure get the best of him. When Tokachi fights Type Shadow again near sunset, he's prepared, as he's been training to precisely hit all the necessary buttons to revive him after his proposed death. Seeing this makes Hiroki realize that what he was doing back in the baseball game was just wishing he could win. An empty wish. He should have been working towards his goal, since if he doesn't do his part and work towards what he's imagining, then it'll just be what ifs and empty words. Once Type Shadow is defeated, we end the episode of Hiroki being able to see the train and practicing his baseball swings. I really love this episode, as it perfectly showcases the fun concepts of ToQger with a surprisingly nuanced moral lesson that ties into the major motif of the show. Some may think that ToQger's imaginations are just delusions, but as this episode shows, they've been working to use their imagination to the fullest extent in their own special way. This episode reminded me of how I've seen so many people in my life, both online and offline, talk about how they're gonna do this and that, but never working on any of it. Not saying to become a workaholic or crunch, that's just unhealthy, but if you want to do something, do it. Practice, learn it, take some time, even a little time out of your day to research and get better at your craft. Yeah, you might fail initially like Hiroki at the baseball game, but failure is part of the process to get better and better. And all of this just gives a small taste to show how good I think ToQger is. Give the show a shot if you haven't already, as there's much more greatness to come.